Rob Barlow here, Whitewater Gun Dogs. Throughout all our videos, you hear us talking about us using clip wings for the spaniels, for our steady drills, for our control drills, etc. Why we use clip wings in our field work is I use clip wings to create prey drive. I want them dogs so conditioned that they can catch every bird on the field. If they drive hard enough, they're going to catch it. I want that so conditioned in their head that they don't know that they can't catch it. Especially with young dogs. Our young dogs will run 100, 200 clip wings before we even think about steadying them up. So that's why we use clip wings for the young dogs. I also use clip wings to manipulate a pattern. If I'm running some experienced dogs, if I'm running a crosswind, I place the birds out accordingly how I want those dogs to find them birds. Cast them downwind, I want that first cast bird, I want it downwind. If they're short in the upwind side of a crosswind course, all the birds are going to get planted up on that upwind side to keep them driving across, So I use birds to manipulate a pattern. And with that, we use a lot of clip wings. There's no reason to be shooting birds over these dogs when you're working on pattern work. When we're using clip wings, flushing dogs have a tendency, and I don't care if they're retrievers or spaniels, have a tendency to want to sight hunt. When I'm using my birds, clip wings, in the field, I try not to use white birds. I don't want to promote that. Lift my head up. Use your nose to get to the area, then lift your head up and find the birds. So we're going to show you a couple things, how we manage that with our pigeons and how we keep that down to a minimum. First of all, you don't use white birds when you're doing your field work with your flushing dogs. And that's the quickest way to create sight hunting, is use white birds. So here we have a pigeon, fully flighted bird. You know, I see a lot of guys, they pull all these flat feathers out, or they cut them. I don't do that for two reasons. First of all, I want to reuse this bird as a flyer maybe down the road. So if I clip their wings, they're on the floor of the kennel or the bird pen where it's the dirtiest, where they don't, you know, they can't get up on the roost, they don't build their muscle strength anymore. And the other thing is, when you get a pigeon that knows it can't fly, and then it wants to run. So when you put it down, especially for a young dog, you want that bird to be there. When you put the pigeon down, it's just going to walk off if it's been repeatedly used as a clip wing. So I don't clip their wings. I want them, when I put them in the pen, I want them to fly off, go up in their perches. So what I use is electrical tape. You can use masking tape. I try not to use any tape that's super sticky because it's going to pull their flight feathers out when you take it off. So I come up here at the first knuckle, right here. And this is where most people pull their flight feathers out or cut them. So what I do is I take this tape and tape it. Now it's a clip wing. If I really want it not to fly, or if I'm worried about, especially if it's wet, I'll do both sides. That way, if one side comes off, I still have the other side taped. Now it can't fly off, period. Doesn't fly as good, it doesn't get the wing action as good, but when it's wet, or the birds are wet, that tape's going to come off. And if you're using masking tape, it's really going to come off. I don't, like I said, duct tape, any other tape that's really sticky, don't put them on there because it's going to pull their flight feathers out. Now, to prevent or help lessen the effect of sight hunting, I'll take and shackle these birds. I'll take a foot, tape, I'll bring the other foot back across. So now they're about an inch and a half apart, and now I'll tape it. So now this bird can move around, it can jump up and down, but it can't run off. So that's how we make our clip wings for our dogs and how we keep them from running off. Now, if I'm throwing birds out here for the puppies and I'm doing retriever stuff or steady drills, I don't shackle them. This is light cover. I want them birds moving around. I want the dogs excited about it. I want them to go get the birds. It makes it exciting for the dogs. Plus it changes the degree of difficulty for me, because they're going to want to go get the dogs. So we're working on steady drills or something. Now I have to work a little bit harder to maintain that control. So that's how we make our clip wings. And this bird, I can take the tape off, grab that. You know, some people will fold this over when they put it on, so they have that. I don't, because it's a place for the tape to come off. But now I just undo the tape, and there we go. Within a day, you won't know this bird ever was a clip wing. So just a little training tip that I use. We'll pass on to you guys. Share it if you want. Make some comments, ask some questions. We're always more than willing to answer your questions. Have a good day.